Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And so it is. Okay, so I have the read for today. We're going to roll the die as well. And I believe I did take pictures. Hold on. Okay. So, first, this is the union read for the 4D, 5D, 6D, right? 4D, 5D, 6D, Divine Feminine left, Divine Masculine right, the bridge between in the center, incoming Divine Feminine, outgoing Divine Masculine, the underlying energies, the closing energy from the Sirian Starseed deck, and then here is the Twin Flame read, the main read, the Sirian Starseed deck again, and then the full read you see in front of you with the 7-deck read of clarifiers. It is a general reading for the Twin Flames, so if something doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. If you want something more specific to you, my information is below as far as readings and on my website, twinflames3344.com. And I also have my CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe if you want to check that out as well. And otherwise, thank you for being here. And let's go ahead and get into this read. I'm going to roll the die first, see what's coming up for the twins today. Okay, we have the number 8. The number 8, the Capricorn for the astrological sign. And then we have the South Node here for the planetary signs. So the South Node is opposite of Gemini, which is in the North Node right now. So Sagittarius, letting go of Sagittarius. And then we have Capricorn. And the number 8, which is also Leo energy from the Strength card. So Capricorn, Leo, and Sagittarius, and letting go of Sagittarius. So let's see what else comes up here regarding the 8, which is also the dance between the masculine and the feminine. And before I get started on the read, I was listening to Elena Denon, and she was talking about the actual title of the Galactic Federation of Worlds in their language, and I broke down the words, and it came out really cool, so I wanted to share that with you. So she said the actual name is Ora, Nataru, and then Shari. So I broke down the spellings of that, and she spells it in her book as O-R-A-A, as Ora, like Aura, and then Nataru, which is N-A-T-A-R-A-R-U, and then Shari, which she spells with S-H-A-R-I in the book. And the way it broke down in the language interpretation was now, alter, path, distance in space and time, the arrow, village, pride, and placenta, the charioteer to rise up, the messenger, and breathing, the entropy of the child born, similar to Buddhism, the spirit of rain, losing energy through reasoning, speaking, writing, chasing, following, and plowing the forest. Okay, so that was all the definition for Ora. And then to focus eye on the prize, the elite, and to cry a raspy small stream or small river, like crying a river, to father, to fall on uneven surface, to sing and sleep, to be red and ruddy. And then that was from Nataru, which is our galaxy's name. And then Shari, which means worlds, it's the plural of Shar, means in the interpretation is sitting vigil through the night, continuing higher and higher, elevate, rise, and ascend to the compass point, the North Pole, to ground, plow, and burn passionately, to reach a place where you can give gifts to all. In other words, like the North Pole and Santa Claus. Also the vehicle of ascension, loved and valued, soft spot, sweetheart, the richness of expression, boundary, and debate. So that was coming up all in the definition of Ora Nataru Shari. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so now we're going to get right into the reads. Today is the 18th of June, 2021. So with the 18, we're in the energy of the moon. And the day adds up to 29:11 today, which 29 is the Three of Wands, being very present in the moment. Some might see that card as waiting for your ship to come in, but in the twin flame reads, I always get that being in the present moment. And again, with the moon, so let's see where that goes with those two energies today, being present to the moon, or the moon now being a gift as opposed to something that may be considered negative energy for us. And the union read here was done at 5:11 yesterday. 5 is the Hierophant, and then 11 to 12 is Justice to the Hangman for 6:18 today, 2021. With the Tower and the underlying energies, the Knight of Wands in the middle of the read, and Justice as the final card. So the Tower, sudden events, heat, epiphany, light, and fire event. With the Knight of Wands with slow burn, royal with a heart of gold, and justice for all, truth and balance. Sudden passionate action towards justice, breakthrough or scaling of walls. The incoming divine feminine is the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Shadow. The Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave, and 5 eighths, or 5 out of 8 was coming up, walking away and within, perhaps walking away from more than half of what they had, emotionally at least. 5 of 8, walking away and within, a break from being alone and shadow work. 5 of Sea and 8 of Sa, like come see, come sa. 5 of Sea, 8 of Sa, a little cold, a little hot, ice and sand, day and night, in the web of self, facing self alone. The shadow web with no catch to eat. So there's no catch in the spider's web. And then we have the 4D, which is at 5:29, the Hierophant, and being present in the moment again, the 29. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Wands, all on the 4D level here. The Divine Feminine ignited and inspired, where the key meets lightning, right? Like the light bulb moment. A spark in the night, the Divine Masculine, King of Wands Shaman, with sunshine at his left shoulder, which is the Divine Feminine side, and stone at his right, or the masculine side. The Divine Feminine rising as the Divine Masculine sits tight. A wall built to lean, but sunshine fills you up, or fills him up. The Divine Feminine is fresh and new. The Divine Masculine, master of passions, bridging with the Ace of Pentacles, and a stone-breaking plant, the diamond in the rough. She with desire, he with the sun at his back in retire. She energized, he at home. She left alone, he dropping off old messages to phone home to twin. An offer of new life between on the bridge. The 5D here is the 3 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. The Divine Feminine shocked, burned, or doused with light or fire, or lightning over water running across the sky. The Divine Masculine in the shade or below ground, in the woods, or too much sun in their eyes, too bright. She in separation or disappointment, he stressed out or overexposed, bridging with passionate movement to get up and go, but slower as not to burn out at 5:43, which is the Hierophant and the 3 of Cups in coming together. In the 6D here is the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the Guidance card, which is the Hierophant. the Divine Feminine in energetic exchange at 0 point field, manifesting color my world, in exile of the group, in energetic exchange of fireworks, the Divine Masculine guidance of Buddha and Sphinx, manifesting commitment to expanding traditional roles. The bridge, offering a new life. Just need one more ace for the jackpot here. The King of Wands becomes the Knight of Wands, from orange to gold, raising the ante to manifest a match to his lowest vibration. It's like there's a theme here too from today, not yesterday, but from today, about leaving no man behind. Unable to look up at 2 of 5 chalices of love, she with 1358 and he with 9742. The odds in her favor and justice in his. The outgoing Divine Masculine is the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands, passing downloads saved from twin in union, taking a risk to choose the twin flame path to the 1111 union, putting down the drawbridge, rolling out the red carpet to justice portal of truth and balance, the middle road, purity of the divine, and power of the sublime. The number came out for this read, and Spirit's connecting with me. The number came up 53, which is the Knight of Swords, which is also the catapult, the messenger of truth, and also the knight in shining armor. The horizontal pillars came up as 13, 12, and 28, which is death, the hanging man, and twin flames, or the choice of path, the 2 of Wands. And the vertical pillars came up as 5, 8, 12, which is a 3, 12, 3, 6, 9, 7, 2, 4, which is the Hierophant, the Strength card, the Hanging Man, Lovers, Hermit, the Chariot, High Priestess, and the Emperor, along with the Knight of Swords. So the message being death, transition of the Hanging Man into the twin flame path with the Knight of Swords, and or the Hierophant with strength, or perhaps the hero with strength, and the Hanging Man lovers, or hanging out with lovers, the Hermit in the Chariot with the High Priestess and the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords, the messenger of truth. A strong commitment of the Hangman lovers, alone in the Chariot as the High Priestess and the Emperor. The 5D connect with the Hanging Man offers new life and stability, the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. So the Divine Feminine had Scorpio and Capricorn, perhaps Virgo on her side, and the Divine Masculine had Taurus and Libra on his side, along with the King of Wands. The only thing between them was the Knight of Wands here, which could be the King of Wands getting moving or passionately moving, or this could be the King of Wands' son. And either one could be the Divine Masculine here. So we also had one passing downloads and one in the castle, or choosing between downloads and union for truth and balance, releasing stress and sadness to heal and forgive and get over it on the 6D bridge, which is the bridge of manifestation. To heal and forgive and get over it on the 6D bridge. The Hermit in exile of the Father and Son, the Sun or the Knight of Wands at the center with royalty and slow burn, shocked into truth and balance, shock treatment, cardioversion, resuscitation, life-saving efforts to bring back into balance, sinus rhythm, the calm wave, unaffected by the poles, staying within reason until collective catches up as a whole, leaving no human behind, or not leaving them on their butt. But, and there's the excuse as well, like leaving no man behind. So this is what it was saying, you need to go slow, because if you go too outside the boundaries, too much to the poles, the polarities, it's because the collective still needs to catch up. And as they catch up, the poles come closer to center, and then you don't get unbalanced so much, because the polarities are much closer to the center now as a whole, in the whole collective. So the twin flame read here was done at 6:08 last night. 6 of the Lovers, 8 of the Strength card. The Syrian Starseed deck was cut at that time for the 18th today. And then Chalices came up, which is all about heart and emotions, and ES, which again is the spelling of the letter S in Sophia, but also the reflection of the number 23, which is the King of Wands, Shaman. I finished clarifying here at 628, which is the Lovers and the Two of Wands, the twin flames or choice of path. And the major arcana in this read were the Star, Justice, the Star Seed, which is the Fool, the Shadow, which is the Devil, and before the read, Indigo, which is the Magician, Luna, the Moon, and Ascension, which is the World, came up. After the read, Reflection came up, which is the Hermit. So altogether, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcana, which is a lot. We had 3 wands, 1 pentacle, 2 cups, and 1 sword. So mostly wands and cups here, right? Passionate action and heart-based emotions. The Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, and Page of Swords were in the read. Before the read, the 9 of Swords, which can be a person, and then after the read, the Knight of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, or the Sovereign, came up, which can be siblings as well. So we have all like Knights and Pages and 9s here. So there's a lot of young energy or messages going on. And we had 33 and 99 in the numbers. 33 being the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself, taking the high ground and being calm and not getting triggered. And the 99 of having lots of compassion with endings and universal selflessness and the collective consciousness, which we were just talking about. We also have 3, 4, 5 of the 5 of the 3D, 4D, 5D, and the 5 of the expansion and contraction, but also fidelity. The 7 of the Chariot, 9, 10, begin again and again and again. And then 39 also came up here with the Knight of Cups, 57 of the 3 of Swords, and 79 of the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow. The code line was all about music, and music of the spheres, and music in general. And the message was pretty simple today: toggling up to take a time out, in a flash of light or lightning, following the star, the after-death test, the key of Sophia and music here. The key to self. Foolish is the star, good at the path of music. And again, the rock star, which has come up this week. The teaspoon of the divine feminine stain, a fool the star, with a good path of music, or Night Street music. So Night Street was coming up, if that means something to you. The key of the divine feminine abundance, an E star, which also means to be. The key of the divine feminine abundance, to be, aiding part-time a path of music and sound, okay? So the house locks the star, a good path is music, or the house, or maybe the house speaker is coming up here, but the house speaks. The star is adept and a saint regarding music here. So again, music was the big theme here. The key of Sophia and the divine feminine, to self, feeling silly, right? The star with a good path of music here. And again, it's about the divine feminine not seeing themselves as a star, okay? Also, keynote to self, or perhaps you're dealing with a keynote speaker. Keynote to self, full of oneself perhaps, or complete is the star. The night, or the good key. The path, the saint, or the Sophia being key regarding music here. The key to the house and abundance, the key to be. The good key, the Sophia key, the key of music. Okay, so it doesn't matter which key in music, it's just the key of music. The Knight of Wands is upright here starting the read, and below the Knight of Wands is Indigo, Luna, Ascension, and the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, all upright here. The Magician Child, proposal to Cancer, Luna, or the Moon, Ascendant, suffering in silence, or sister in separation, manifesting at night, proposal to world, divine feminine or Pisces, worried about heartbreak of the Knight of Wands with a slow burn. Dumping a load, a burden, responsibility, to connect one-to-one for clarity, and the Emperor reversed, offering time, money, and energy, or a payoff, or a new life, to go in peace and or travel. Or the Emperor reversed, dumping a load on a trip together, coming from a humbled place, or paying the Knight of Wands to take him somewhere or someplace. The Knight of Swords reversed, holding their tongue, while offering big love in the aftermath of sudden events or an epiphany, about injustice of the Queen of Cups upright dumping a load to start over with new information on recovery of the Knight of Wands under a blanket of moss or tree that's been taken down, two homeless recovering or found a shelter or housing, a place for warmth or to warm up their footsies. One sad, not seeing, another blind, unaware, not feeling, recovering together or having no ride home, so they have to wing it. At night when all the world's asleep, the questions run so deep for such a simple man. Imprisoned by desire, and then I was getting imprisoned Ed, and I always call God Mr. Ed, so that was just coming up now. Imprisoned by desire, asleep yet working on a trap or release or work release program at 723, which is the Chariot and the King of Swords, or King of Wands rather. And then we have 724, which is then 7 and the Queen of Wands, which is the Chariot with the King and Queen of Wands, the 5D connection, working to align with hostage at night or feeling trapped in a coffin or tied to a fence in a graveyard with a post marking the grave or an early grave, working nights into an early grave. Engagement, and beneath that, pay attention to the red flags, which is your signs and synchronicities, or perhaps a literal red flag. Getting over loss, regret, without a leg to stand on, in a three-way situation, no options, feeling castrated or in need of a meal out with temptation to mark your territory or water their plants. Harp player and card reader, working through lunch to get to a party or stone-breaking plant, tempted by or addicted to limbs, I am lamb, with 2 right hooks and hooves. I was just getting hovercraft as well, or a hook to the right. Hairy man with pointy ears and claws, and can't go anywhere without a plant to absorb their water, and aloe for dry skin or burns. Environment comes up here with number 44, which is the 4 of Cups, grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, and beneath it creativity, which is the 3 and the Empress. As the underlying energies here, gathering joy, reunion to heal, with no way out of depression or a need to further healing and dreaming. Fool free to leap, and the Knight of Swords free speech. The Page of Swords negative, quiet, or lying. Or the Knight of Swords is free and the Page of Swords is bummed out that they've been left alone, perhaps by their sibling, or not including you when friends are over, and this could be older siblings leaving the younger one out. Capricorn upright, Aquarius reversed, Aries upright. Bad news or no news, the Knight of Wands moving quickly to get someone out of prison, anxiety, or ball and chain, or tempted by the devil or Capricorn again, and a green environment. The most underlying energy here is patience for a higher love and transmuting the Queen of Pentacles with naysayers or ending an emotional cycle or a family cycle here, and then going forward after the read is feeling defenseless as the King of Wands reversed or to the King of Wands reversed, to an innocent message of love, the Knight of Wands offering a new life to the High Priestess, Pisces, or secret present about to come in. In the recent past is the 5 of Wands reversed, where the game is now over, the world complete and cutting their losses, with the Queen of Swords reversed, or Pisces or Divine Feminine, getting over loss or regret, with the Queen of Swords reversed, presenting their truth to the Knight of Wands upright, the Empress reversed, and the High Priestess upright, free to end the cycle, or be with Pisces or Divine Feminine, and the Magician manifesting in energetic exchange, perhaps with poor judgment, withholding calls, or needing to swallow their pride. Pisces upright, Sag upright, and Taurus reversed. Pisces and Aries and Gemini or Virgo upright, and Aquarius reversed. The foundation here is divine justice reversed, so no justice. The injustice at work, ending conflict with son, kids, exposure, pets, or Leo, holding their tongue or announcement without choice, and the Knight of Pentacles offering help to save or adding to the kitty. The central energy is the 4 of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, moving or instability of house, and the family, business, or community dysfunction or loss in need of help, or a child who is, at 7:59, which is the Chariot and the Five of Swords, and that could, that defensive energy of war, with unhappy family coming clean, to the King of Wands reversed, or about his addictions and or temptation here, or Capricorn moving and the King of Cups unconditionally loving, but challenged by the Star, healing, dreaming, walking away from clingy people, or a slow death, or walking right over the Emperor reversed, who could be turning in his grave. Frustrated, uninspired at present, or about a gift or settlement, the Queen of Pentacles is satisfied with herself, dumping emotional attachments to negative talk or negative people. There's no surprise, they're not putting it out there. The Hermit coming out, exposing all to the Queen of Pentacles, finding peace, moving or visiting, or in a breakup or move, or the end of a marriage, with the Knight of Pentacles offering some help or friendship, a small proposal to the Page of Wands reversed, who's feeling uninspired and totally frustrated, perhaps beating themselves up. Now here crowning is the Starseed upright with a big download or bomb dropped in energetic exchange in buying a car or a lot of travel back and forth, or energy between Aries and Cancer. Suffering in silence or stressed out, dropping the ball, act, or pattern, drained by rumors, or the Page of Swords reversed child, perhaps with a mouth, or lying. The Fool free but defensive, or with a bodyguard. A new dawn, getting their wish, getting the girl in a rescue attempt. Coming out to reap rewards, feeling unworthy of a fresh new start after not calling. The Chariot bold move, or a splitting of the bulls, Atari safari, and the worst is over for the King of Cups and dysfunctional family, business, or community, or loss, which was no fantasy, no reunion here, with the King of Cups and the wounded warrior blocking a long message or a loving message of the Page of Cups. So they walked away to manifest an offer or payoff of a new life, to balance depression or dysfunctional relationship, and soon here for the twins, the Knight of Cups upright, an offer of love to share and or settle out, after the sudden events or epiphanies and hanging out or feeling hung out to dry, perhaps in a divorce or breaking contract, religion, establishment, and the never-ending story, with the King of Pentacles reversed, reaping rewards, and a Two of Cups connection. Scorpio reversed and Capricorn upright, Taurus reversed here. The twin flames are seeing themselves as the Seven of Wands reversed, defenseless with no need for an excuse. The Six of Cups bond, frustrated or energy all over the place. This could be a child who's all over the place, or a feeling like a third wheel. Suffering in silence, or a sister losing patience, their temper, or fallen angel at the feet of the Queen of Cups upright, powerless to coming back from injustice or taking sides, or the injustice of feeling an outsider in their own family here, with past life relationship here. Keep an open mind. Finances and career came up for the twins, that finances may be affecting your love life here. And around the twins are how they're seen as the shadow, the heartbreak, depression, weakness, ego death, tripping up and breaking patterns perhaps. The Knight of Cups offering love as the wheel turns forward, the block being the Page of Swords reversed in negative self-talk or lies under the radar about the King of Pentacles reversed, receiving a love offer from the Queen of Wands upright, looking the other way while doing it, music, and even more so teaching and learning, and nature, and allowing things to happen naturally, getting her to crack and give him the keys to share with third party lacking affection, of the Knight of Pentacles magician coming out powerless at 8:20, which is the strength and the dance and the judgment or decision announcement there. And then at 21, where the world's complete, or when all the world's asleep, or to a dependent, or proposing to a sovereign to no longer be single, to go back to the dungeon and hash out the truth between them, to sit with the wounded warrior a bit before coming upstairs for good, with no need to defend themselves after that. The Knight of Wands and Justice of attack of the shadow in a losing battle of the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, and challenged by stardom, and the Knight of Cups offering love, with no reply, and then a big download, awakening the crown to a fresh new start in need of coming together with the Knight of Pentacles to get them to come out about going crazy and the powerlessness of staying in the dungeon until the whole truth is out. The Knight of Wands was cycle complete and stressed out in separation, ending battle with the Page of Swords reversed or no message at all, the injustice of the Divine Masculine's heart with a fresh start and challenged by the star, the dreams, the healing, defenseless to the Knight of Cups, the shadow work, and the negative self-talk, needing joy to come together, the Knight of Pentacles proposing to come out with Sovereign reversed to hang out in the basement to talk about the whole truth at 8:29, which is the strength, the dance, and again, being present in the moment. So the read is all around the Divine Masculine's heart between the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups, both upright here, and injustice and a fresh new start. Merging gypsies, tramps, and thieves, the shadow work, the web, and the grid needing to join in an offering of truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, Mr. Ed. And I had just written tummies and legs as well at 9/11. So that was funny. Okay, so, and I've been watching a series called Manifest, which is kind of cool, if you want to check it out. And because Manifest is all about, as they are talking about this, our situation completely. The doctor has a research protocol all about the collective consciousness and how we connect with each other and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check it out, that's Manifest. So let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you guys. Let me just put my bowls aside here. And let's start out with the animal spirits. Yesterday I was doing a reading for someone, and the owls and the eagles were coming out again very significantly. I'm very connected with the birds, and they've been tweeting so loud and beautifully outside. It's so funny sometimes. And the flowers, my little white moth or butterfly has been following me around the yard. And when I was in bed last night, the tiniest little spider came down. Like, I was just looking at my iPad, and this tiniest little spider, all of a sudden, I just saw this kind of strand, and I thought it was just like something in my eye. You know how when you're looking at something close and you think it's just something in your eye or on your glasses? But it wasn't. It was the tiniest little spider on the end of their web coming down from the ceiling. And so I just put my fingernail under their little butt, and up he went. So let's see what comes up from the Animal Spirit deck for the Twin Flames. What's our takeaway for this read? That's so funny. There's the spider. So we talked about the web in a couple ways in the read. One of them was no food to eat, right? Nothing captured in the center of the web, although the web was out there. And then this little tiny spider that came down to visit me last night from the grid. And then there's the horse. The horse and Mr. Ed. The horse is a horse, of course. So Mr. Ed's coming up along with the spider, right? So, and the spider in the water spout now I'm getting. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and washed up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. They keep trying and trying and trying, right? Like how many times you mess up their spider webs, and then they have to start creating it all over again. This complicated web that has to keep being built over and over again, but they never give up, right? The spider never gives up. They keep building their web. And then here's Mr. Ed, which is, for me, is my code for God, the Sagittarius energy of expanding and expanding. And then we talked about the moon energy today, and there's a moon, a crescent moon on his third eye. So then we have the Sea Serpent, which is one of the powerful spiritual cards in the deck, which is then mimicking that third eye in a different way. And again, the eye of the storm of the spider web as well. We're seeing the third eye in 3 different ways. And again, this is the center of Gaia, as the rainbow bridge almost completes over here, right? Because we've seen it closed, But like maybe because we go in the energy cycles, right? Because we go up and then we come back, so that you may think that you're going back into the old negative energies, but you're not. You're just going back to revisit a little bit to go up further. So here we've seen this closed already, but it's like it's going back a little bit in a retrograde to open the snake's mouth again. They're not sealed off yet. So to be aware of this, that you're not losing ground, you're just going back in the energy loop. So don't lose faith. Keep going, keep building those webs. And using your third eye, okay, of manifestation. And again, connecting yourself to the center of Gaia. Her eye. She has her eye on you. That's coming up. Oh, and there we have the next the two more cards came out to see you guys. The owl, which has been big because it came up in my reading yesterday, as well as in the card of the Nine of Swords here as being the wise counsel outside, like Rapunzel's window, there to give her counsel. And then there's the beaver who never gives up. And they're showing you, look, here I am. I'm a very hard worker and I never give up. My dam gets knocked over and I just build it all over again. I have so much fun doing it. It's never a problem. So again, always doing what you love to do, because then no matter how many times you have to start over, it's still fun for you to be wise with your work. A wise old owl. This owl, I'm getting a message from this owl. It's such profound, the eyes of this owl are so profound that I'm getting like a version of the elephant, right, with the nose here, which can be Ganesh. So Ganesh is coming through. And the beaver's coming up as a busybody, or a busy little body, just like the yesterday, how did the bee come up? The little bee? Now I can't even remember the way it was used. But yeah, again, the same kind of reference. Here, the busy little body, a busybody, right, is someone who's active doing what they love to do. But yet being a wise bird as well. Being practical. They're all looking straight ahead at you. The horse, the owl, and the beaver. The spider's busy doing their thing. And the snake's trying to grab their tail to seal off the world. And again, then the Galactic World Federation of Worlds comes up as well. Right? They're trying to seal us off so that we're protected. But I've also told you over and over again the past couple weeks that this is the rainbow bridge coming full circle, and then once it seals, the rainbow goes into the grid of the earth and becomes the collective population rising into the 4D bridge. So it keeps coming up over and over again. And then again, they've got their eye on you. Mr. Ed, and the wise owl can be, Ganesh can represent Thoth as well. And then the beaver. Who's the beaver? Leave it to Beaver. I'm getting the beaver as the shift work. He comes in at night to finish up what nobody else will finish. So funny. All right, the bottom of the deck is the cosmic egg, which is the end of the deck. Again, coming full circle, and there's that representation of the energy loops going up and up and up, as well as the Kundalini, as well as the rainbow bridge. Once it gets around the whole thing, then the rainbow energy from the snake, or coming full circle, then transfers into the egg, or the world and Gaia, and becomes the collective on the 4D bridge. Wow, it's sealed by all of you who have already gone through Dark Night of the Soul, have already increased to your sealed position. And then we have the transformation of the moth here, the moth to the flame. The moth has gone to the flame and is now the cosmic egg. So now it's sealed into your hearts. the transformation you've been through is now sealed into your heart, right? This is the underlying energy, is the end of the deck, the cosmic egg. And I do have to read the snake, or excuse me, the spider to you, at least, because that was the first one up. So the spider is the creator of prosperity through life's work and dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us that creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, or in other words, looking at the outcome. And soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry, and then abundance follows. When you're in balance, you're appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When you're out of balance, you get discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring yourself back into balance, playful creativity. And again, I had to do some 3D work this morning, and it was kind of getting on my nerves. So as soon as I was able to come back to my work that I love to do, you naturally just transform because you're being your authentic you. So after the spider, we have Mr. Ed, and look, the spider and Mr. Ed are right next to each other. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable and so supportive that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina or exercise and mental focus or meditation are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. Okay, so physical stamina, keeping yourself in shape with some kind of exercise, and a daily spiritual practice, right, of meditation or whatever your spiritual practice is. The secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When they're in balance, they can achieve anything and they never give up. When they're out of balance, they run away and feel weak. To bring back into balance, strength training. So again, some of us may be called to do some more working out, perhaps. And that can be strengthening for some your spiritual pursuits as well, and emotional pursuits. But it's really coming up as the wave that already went through it the past years is now like coming full circle, ready to bring the collective in and then be there for the collective, which is going to be a big change for us because it's going to be a big boom of people who need our assistance. Okay, so again, it's just saying those who are authentic within themselves are never afraid of a little hard work, because it's work that they love. And you know that you're in the right place because you're not losing your patience having to do what you do every day. So, and all the hard workers were coming up here, including the owl, right? The night owl who works into the night, and the beaver who never stops until the job is done. And then the cosmic egg, it means you've won, is what I'm getting for you guys now. And so that's the final card in the deck. And so I must read to you because it's about the crown, the completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey, but I was getting the final chord in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted, which is what you're experiencing now. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. And they have the picture of the 2 8s doing the dance. And the cosmic egg is the 7th chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward towards the crown. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of a million suns. Okay, so it's literally saying graduation. And for me, graduation is this time period through 8/8 every year. So Lionsgate is graduation for the twins or the starseeds or everyone. I know it is for the twins. It's a graduation every year. So when you're nearing the ability to graduate to the next level, what was coming up in Sam the Illusionist video today was all about how they allow those who are closest to graduation to get the most attention, to make sure they get there. So there's a big push in the next few days of the summer solstice energies of the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, which there always is at this solstice. A big push to upgrade your abilities and your energies and your evolving self. So take note of that. You might want to spend some time to meditate over the next 3 days, going out in the sun, all that kind of stuff, whatever resonates with you. So let's see what the journey of love has for us today. It's very exciting times. We have graduation here. Okay. So we have the seed of the heart. 25 is the Knight of Wands. It's been all about the Knight of Wands, at least for the past few days, which is that get up and go, right? The Knight of Wands is the most passionate mover and shaker in the deck. You know, besides the Tower, which kind of is a lot more disruptive. So the Knight of Wands is getting moving, running errands, working out, whatever you need to do. The seed of the heart, whatever floats your boat. And you see the question mark here. It's all up to you. The seed of the heart. And gifts received, which is the 13 of transition. Again, I'm just blanking on the word. The contrast between the colors of nature and being able to see the little orbs coming up and little signs and fairies or whoever you might be able to see. You may be able to start seeing new visions of sugar plums dancing in your head, okay? But something in the forest, in the woods, in the grass. Look against the green. You may have little presents waiting for you here. And again, the question mark. And I'm getting the going on a treasure hunt on your back. X marks the spot. Three lines down and a question mark with a pinch and a squeeze and a tropical breeze. And then Bloody Marys, and gotcha. So it's like, you know, the elementals playing jokes with you. Riddle me this. Have fun with me. You might see me, or I might leave you a little present if you leave me something sparkly, right? Like crystals. And then we have devotion to the small, right? Taking care of your flowers and your children and the vulnerable, the 32 of the journey. So we have the get up and go, the transition of the death card and endings, and then the journey of devotion to the small, of those who need your help to catch up with you. Okay? And then the coming together of the 66 and the Queen of Pentacles. Come together right now. Over me. Spiral Dance of the Goddess comes next. So I'm going to leave it right here because we've already went in 4 cards here. So they're very different energies, all 4. But it's like a progression of, you know, riddle me this and play, take care of the small, and come together in your heart. And again, this is bridging the gap between the blue and the red to come together in the white, which is all the colors of the spectrum. And again, reminding you of the womb. Don't let your womb die off. You are the womb, and don't let Mother Nature's womb die off, right? She's got a womb too. And there's the 4 suns, the 4 moons coming up here. The pearl, the distant shores of the 18, which today is the 18th. And again, this is the 29. That's why it wanted to come up, because again, being present in the moment, they want you to know, is very important today. Being present in the moment from the 18th through the solstice, because we're coming up in these intense energies where you can upgrade to graduation if you so desire, if you haven't graduated already, to the next level. And then let the feminine lead the way again, which is the Knight of Cups in being love. And you see all the loops around her arm. You know, I got this. I can handle all those energy loops. And then the bottom of the deck of riding the cosmic wave. Again, the loops of the wave. And again, the sine wave came up in the read of the calmness of the sine wave and not leaving any man behind or any human behind. The 60 of peace, which is the 6 of swords, finding peaceful waters out of the turbulence, riding the cosmic wave, back and forth in energy loops. After dealing with this big turbulence and smashing into each other and the breaking of you of the King of Pentacles, and then finding peace riding the wave. All right, so we're going to read. The first one out was the Seed of the Heart, 25. It opened right up to Seed of the Heart. Did you see that? Okay. So within each one of us is a divine seed of love waiting to blossom into fullness. We don't always know what type of blossom we shall be. However, and sometimes if we try to figure it out in advance, the blossoming itself can cause anxiety, pain, or fear, because it's taking us in an unknown or unexpected direction. We may even fear that the direction we're heading is away from our path and purpose, as if that were even possible. The seed in the heart arises as guidance when we are unfolding in a new manifestation of the divine light within. It comes as encouragement to trust, to surrender, to allow, and to be as open, unthinking, and ready for the unexpected as possible. A plant just needs the right conditions to grow healthy, and by the way, the stone-breaking plant was coming up in the read. And if you've ever seen a blade of grass pushing up through the crack in the pavement, then you'll know that when something is meant to grow to the light, it will do so even against the most apparently insurmountable odds. This oracle brings you guidance. The right conditions are being brought to you, the most perfect support for your own divine blossoming. Trust. Know that the seed in your heart knows how to grow and life supports it. It is also a sign that something in your relationships is sprouting, a new energy, and don't be afraid to try new ways of relating now as your life energy supports it. The poem reads, when sky can imagine, the dark awake. In awe light pervades, and bears the vast tranquil mystery, softly caressing the blue bold birth. Really beautiful today. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Pretty beautiful. So make sure you drink your water and get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. Do what resonates with you. And as always, be really good to yourself. Take a deep breath. Breathe in and out. And rise and be love, guys. That's all it takes. See ya. Bye.